friends. So a wonderful commenter named Oxalate Warrior wanted to share some information about stevia, and so I wanted to share that with you. He warned me that stevia can be used as a contraceptive, or has been used as a contraceptive in the past, and he's absolutely right. I did know that, and personally, I have 2 children and our family's full, so it never really concerned me, but I didn't want to continue to use that without warning you that there may be possible side effects and that research is still mixed on that. So I just wanted to be very clear that because we don't know, if you are making plans for your future, you may want to be cautious. Research on neurological effects is mixed thus far. Animal studies suggest that there's a potential impact on brain reward systems like dopamine. For human studies, there's been minimal effects, and there's even potential memory benefits like encoding, but it's still mixed and it's still in its early stages. So we don't know how that's going to be on neurological function. As for stevia tea, where they make a tea out of the leaves, that has been ethnobotanically used as a contraceptive by some South American indigenous people, particularly in Paraguay. But like I said, so if you're planning a family, maybe hesitate to use stevia, or maybe not. You have to use your best judgment. In rats, the studies have shown that there is a decreased fertility, and the effects last longer, continue to last even after the intake of stevia has stopped. So that's definitely something to consider. For females, there's disrupted cycles, there's smaller litters, and they have fewer male babies, which is a potential problem as well. And for males, there was the testes weight went down and the sperm count also went down. So it definitely affects in animals, and there hasn't been any conclusive human testing for that. So we don't know. For me personally, stevia is something I limit very much. It's something that I use sporadically, specifically because any sweetener for me can be triggering. I do use allulose for holidays, for Thanksgiving. I shouldn't say I continually use it. I made a cheesecake for Thanksgiving for my daughters and I. They are not carnivore, but they are meat-based. They mostly eat meat, and then a few times we'll have some vegetables or fruit or something like that. But allulose has been shown to do a lot of good things for you too. And so, yeah, the whole time I was carnivore, I did make one cheesecake and it had allulose in it, so my daughters would eat it too. But there are other options, so look into those. And you also have to be careful that when you choose a sweetener, make sure that you read the back. Make sure that you read the ingredients, because even things like stevia in the raw, sometimes they bulk it up with other things that aren't stevia. So make sure that what you're getting is what you're getting. Okay, there's also stevia in this. I talk about having this a lot. There's a little bit of stevia. All this is grass-fed beef, stevia, and cocoa powder. So, if you feel like you're going to be triggered by that sweet taste, it might not be something that's good for you. And the same thing with this. There's been a lot of controversy about Element lately as well, because they are using maltodextrin, not in the lemonade and not in the unflavored, as a flavor carrier. I guess you have to, when you're making it, you have to making it into a powder, you have to have something to carry the flavor into the powder. So they use a minute amount of maltodextrin, which is horrible for blood sugar. Now, I will say, Maria and Craig Emmerich have said that it doesn't affect blood sugar. They did a lot of testing for that. And my own mother, who used to be diabetic before she went carnivore and now is no longer, but she used her blood glucose monitor to check. She tested her blood sugar and then drank some Element and then tested it again, and she was fine. So it was the same thing. There was no effect whatsoever. So I'm guessing that the amount is so small that it doesn't really matter. This flavor, lemonade salt, this one doesn't have the maltodextrin. They use tapioca starch or something. I don't remember, and it doesn't say it on that. Not trustworthy, but it doesn't say it on that. But then they also just have an unflavored version. that's just magnesium, potassium, and sodium, and that's it. So they're nice to have on the go when you're going to go somewhere or going on vacation and you just can't bother with all this stuff. It can be tricky. And that's really nice to have with you so that you don't end up with cramps or whatever. There's also, this kind of thing. But again, check the ingredients, because it's very, very difficult to find vitamins that only have the vitamins in it, because they have to make it into a capsule and all that stuff. So it's very hard to find them without some kind of seed oils in it. So be careful of your ingredients. Always, always check. Meanwhile, you can also make them yourself. I got this on Amazon, Baja Gold, which is like the best salt. I mean, I use Redmond's Real Salt a lot, which has, I think, 61 trace minerals. This one has 91. So that's awesome. I love this one. Then I also got this, which is potassium chloride, just a bulk supplement. And that's all that's in there is potassium chloride. And then this one, which is magnesium malate. So what I do, just because I don't want to measure that out every day because I'm very lazy, I found a recipe on Element website, because they're super helpful. They're like, oh, if you don't want to buy it, that's okay. We'll just give you this recipe for free. They literally tell you exactly how much. So if you have one of those teeny tiny scales that measures in grams, which I do because my fiance raises fish, so he has to measure those kinds of tiny things all the time. So I just measured out exactly like a bulk supply of this, and then I put it in a jar and shake a. And then, I just take a scoop every day. And my daughters do as well, because it helps them stay hydrated and hold on to water and all the good things, all the things. So I hope that answers any questions that you have or concerns that you have on stevia. If you know something else, please share the information. If you have something to say, please let me know. Just, be careful. You got to do you. You got to do what's right for you. Some things can be triggering for other people. Some people can have like a gastric effect because of sweeteners that they use, and some people don't. I did strict carnivore for months and months, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start adding in a little flavor. It wasn't that it bothered me, I was just curious to see what it would do to my body. So I put vanilla in that cheesecake, and I tried allulose in the cheesecake. And then since then I've had cinnamon 3 times, I think, in my yogurt. And I don't know, I haven't noticed much effect. Somebody commented that maybe the cinnamon caused my migraine the other day, which actually I had the cinnamon after I had the migraine, or after my migraine had already started. So I doubt that one did, but I did look that up, and I will make another video about it. But it has been known to be a trigger for migraines. However, other studies show that it also can lessen the severity and frequency of your migraines. So like conflicting, right? So I don't know what that is. I'm going to do more research on it before I make another video, but I just wanted to fill you in, and I hope you're having a good night. Bye.